President Biden's warning to Israel regarding its military operation in Rafah marks a significant moment in U.S.-Israeli relations. The recent escalation of violence in Gaza has drawn international condemnation, with Rafah becoming a focal point. Biden's statement, urging Israel to refrain from ground operations in Rafah, signals growing concern in Washington about the humanitarian cost of the conflict. The use of the phrase "red line" is particularly noteworthy. It evokes memories of Obama's Syria policy, where a red line on chemical weapons use proved ineffective. The current situation in Rafah presents a critical test for Biden. Will his red line hold, or will it be perceived as an empty threat? The world is watching closely as events unfold in Gaza. Biden's statement carries significant political weight both domestically and internationally. Domestically, he faces pressure from within his own party to take a tougher stance against Israel. Progressive Democrats have been vocal in their criticism of Israel's actions in Gaza. They demand that Biden use U.S. leverage to rein in the Israeli government. Failure to do so could alienate a key Democratic constituency. Internationally, Biden's response is being scrutinized by allies and adversaries alike. America's traditional allies in Europe are urging restraint and a swift end to the violence. On the other hand, adversaries like Iran are likely to exploit any perceived weakness in the U.S. response. The situation in Gaza thus presents a delicate balancing act for the Biden administration. Global reaction to Biden's statement has been mixed. Some see it as a long overdue assertion of U.S. leadership in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Others view it as insufficient, arguing that stronger action is needed to stop the violence. The Arab world in particular is watching closely. Many Arab countries have long accused the U.S. of being biased in favor of Israel. Biden's response to the Rafah situation will be seen as a test of his commitment to a more balanced approach. The stakes are high, and the outcome will have lasting implications for U.S. standing in the region. The situation in Gaza remains fluid and unpredictable. Israel's response to Biden's warning will be crucial in determining the trajectory of the conflict. A de-escalation of violence would provide a much-needed opportunity for diplomacy. However, further escalation could lead to a wider regional conflagration. The coming days will be critical. Much will depend on whether Biden's red line proves effective. If Israel heeds Biden's warning and refrains from ground operations in Rafah, it could pave the way for a ceasefire. However, if Israel ignores Biden's warning, it would be a significant blow to U.S. credibility. It could also embolden more radical elements on both sides of the conflict. Biden's handling of the Rafah crisis is a defining moment for his presidency. It is a test of his leadership on the world stage and his commitment to human rights. The decisions he makes in the coming days will have far-reaching consequences. They will shape the Middle East for years to come. The world is watching, waiting to see if Biden's words will be matched by his actions. The hope is for a peaceful resolution. However, the path to peace is fraught with challenges. Only time will tell what the future holds for Gaza and the wider region.